Hello, today I'm going to show you how to draw a balloon dog based on Jeff Koons's balloon dog sculptures. Okay, so here's my video. All right, so for this project you need pencil, paper, and 3 crayons. I used a red crayon for the color and then a black crayon for the shading. I also used a white crayon to add some highlights to it. Okay. First thing you're going to do is draw this little C shape with an oval. This is going to be the end of the balloon. I call it the belly button of the balloon. And if anytime you need to pause this video, you can pause this so that you can catch up. We're going to start with the head. Okay, so the head is this balloon shape right here. I'll put some little lines there to show where the balloon is tied off. And then we're going to do 2 ears. So go straight up and then back around this way and then back around the other way for the 2 ears. Okay, now I'm measuring because I'm not going to do the neck yet. I'm going to measure how long I want that space to be. And then I'm going to draw the legs, kind of the same way that I drew the ears. So one shape there. I'm going to go ahead and draw the neck just like that, and it's kind of overlapping. That's why it looks like it's in front of it. And then go ahead and draw the other leg. It's kind of at an angle a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to draw the body. Lots of ovals with this drawing. And then the back legs. Okay, then the tail. And usually with a balloon animal, they leave that little bit of balloon at the end that's not inflated. Okay, so that's that. That part's easy. Okay, now we're going to use our crayons to add some shading. So whenever I start with my crayon, I start with the color crayon, the red one. You can choose whatever color you want, or you can use colored pencils too if you want to, or markers, whatever you have. And I'm going to start outlining the edges, but not all the way around, because we're trying to show shading in 3D with this. So I am going to do those parts first because those parts are going to be the darkest parts. So I'm starting by outlining those edges, leaving the other edges just pencil for now. Okay, make sure I go in and get my little details there. Okay, just like that. And I chose a crayon because I can get a crayon to blend pretty well with a piece of tissue or a piece of toilet paper, but you can use whatever you want. Okay, and then on those edges that I went and outlined, I'm going to go ahead and start coloring on that side. Do you notice how I go in the shape of the balloon? So I'm not coloring straight up and down because balloons are not flat. They have some roundness to them. So if you color in that direction, it's going to look more realistic. Okay, so using that windshield wiper motion to kind of get that round shape to it. The more you do that, the more realistic it looks. Okay. Let me go through and do that for all of my balloons. All right, back in with the red again, just a little bit, so lightly, super gentle. Probably easier to do this part with a colored pencil, but I don't have colored pencils here, so I used a crayon. You just have to be super light with it. So we're going from dark to light because the light is shining from one side. And so it's brighter on this side than it is on the back of the balloon animal. And that's why it looks darker that way. So you can add some color to it. Just be very, very gentle when you add that. Okay, now to go back in and add a little bit more. It takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit of a process. I really want to get that gradient effect or ombre effect where it's dark to light. And I'm actually going to go in just a second and do that with black too, to add even more shadow to that. And we want a nice blend of that. We don't want super dark and super light and nothing in between. We really want to try to get some value in the middle, a range of shades there. Okay, so now I'm going to use my black crayon and I'm going to go along those edges, the first edges that I went over, and add a little bit of black. Just a little bit in that same motion, that same windshield wiper motion. And if this looks a little rough right now, that's okay. I am going to blend it out and try to make it look smoother in just a minute. So if you were at school, we would be doing this with oil pastels, but crayons are pretty close. Okay, now I'm going to use a white crayon, and that might seem kind of crazy because you can't see it, but it helps blend. So even though you can't see it, if you're going to use a piece of toilet paper or a tissue to blend that white crayon is going to help everything blend out smoothly. So it's pretty helpful to have there. Okay, so here I go with the blending. Same motion. I'm going to go in that circular roundish motion and try to blend all of that together to get some shades. And if this is just crayon, so you can see that it's working pretty well with that. Trying to stay inside my lines. My arm was kind of tired after this. This is kind of a lot of work. The thicker the crayon, the easier it is to blend, by the way. So if you want it to be a little easier, make it a little easier on yourself, color it really thick. It'll work better. This would also be really cool with chalk. If you have like chalk, like sidewalk chalk, you could do this outside. That would be really cool. Same exact method. Smear it with your hand a little bit to get the shading. That would be awesome. All right, so that's that. And then I think the last thing that I did was go through with a black, and you can just use the same pencil you used, or you can go back in with a colored pencil and just kind of add back those lines again, just to make it look separate from the paper. Okay, just to make it pop a little bit. Going back over all my pencil lines with that. Broke my colored pencil with my man hands. Okay, that's it. Ta-da! Look at that. It's all right. Okay, guys, that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm here to help. And we will be working on drawing balloon animals, balloon letters, bubble letters together during Google Meets this week. So if you need some help with that shading technique, hop on a Google Meet this week and I will help you with that. Bye.